Okay, and we are here.
Started? Alright.
Yeah.
Going.
Alright, so today we're going to be working on Vendigo's call animations, some emotive animations, and we'll probably get to some Maw-Wing work here. Turn the stream back, I hear myself. Um, we'll do some more work on Maw-Wing's movement animations. And Sebastian is going to keep a close eye on the chat this time, so
Name
that
too
we
long
can.
is already hyped.
Oh my God, is name too long here already?
There's 5 people who just came in.
Oh wow.
Don't know who yet, but
Okay, so you guys will have to let me know in the chat now that there's a couple of you if you can hear the broadcast playing. I have it like lined up in Blender so that it plays in sync with the animation, but I'm not hoping to have you guys listen to it 150 times over and over and over again. So if you can hear it, let me know and I'll see if I can fix that. So this animation has already been started. This is the big broadcast. So we're gonna smooth things out, add some more movement to his neck, see if we can kind of simulate air passing through. And if we can't, I'm not too worried about it. We can always add some extra shapes to it. And then at the end...
Volume issues. Volume's really, really low.
Oh, the volume on my voice or the volume on the call? Oh my God, Thorn! I'm new here. Is this an anime?
This is. It's an anime like The Office. That's my favorite anime.
Let me see if I can get the sensitivity tweaked a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean the volume on the broadcast, not your.
Oh no, that's good because you guys are gonna hear it like a lot. Is it too loud or you can't hear it very well? Sebastian.
Don't mind me.
They call you Sebastian.
Oops.
So if you can't hear it super loud, that's a good thing because I'm gonna be playing this animation over and over again. Let's get a nice little chattery growl going down here.
Hey, Rook. Oh, also. Oops.
Tristan O'Dowd. Wow, coming right in with the real real questions.
Real country.
It's a bit on the quiet side. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Sebastian breathes. Nat. Sebastian. No, he almost fell over in his chair because he can't be trusted to sit in a
This is not
an
a
adult
human chair.
It's an adult chair.
This is barely a chair. It's a circle.
Okay. That's fine. At some point in the stream, I'll maybe when we finish the animation, I'll kind of show it off to you guys and play the volume for you, but or play the call for you, but I don't want to make you listen to it a bazillion times while I animate it. So from here, he's gonna come down and have a bit of a growl. So I'm gonna kind of hunch over a bit more. Well, this looks pretty good, so we'll save that.
Picturing us sitting on old tires on the back porch. No, Natalie,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Natalie
We are
has
on the back porch.
a nice office chair, and then I'm sitting in one of those ridiculous IKEA bubble chair things. And if I lean the wrong way, my life ends.
Yeah, it's like held up on a pedestal.
Yeah. It's not attached to anything.
I offered him, but don't. Hey, don't get it twisted. I offered him the other. We have another comfy computer chair. He's just too lazy to bring it out here.
We have another chair. I don't know about another comfy chair.
It's a comfy. It's a nice chair.
It's
That's a nice chair.
It's been a while since that's been a nice chair.
What? I've only had that chair for like a year.
That's all.
I don't even sit in it that much.
That's on brand for you.
You're just bullying me.
Sure.
You're a bully, Bastion.
Whatever.
It's Russian roulette, but in sitting form.
Yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, I like the image of like sitting on old tires better. Yobu has a tire.
Yeah. Dog has tire, but he just uses it to make people uncomfortable. We need a real microphone.
I have a Yeti at Brittany's house. I didn't bring it. I didn't bring it when I moved.
Yeah, it was only $200. It's fine.
She's coming for a visit soon. We're gonna have a sleepover. We're both 30 years old almost. A couple years shy of 30 and lived together for 2 years, Brittany and I. But I still get giddy at the prospect of a sleepover. Everyone needs that kind of best friend, honestly. I want him to come in a little bit more for this one. Maybe when the sound opens up, his mouth opens up a bit more. Can push the model pretty far with this bottom jaw, so I like the idea of doing some weird like thylacine kind of looking thylacine vibes on the how far he can open his mouth.
Rook wants to have a sleepover too.
Yes.
Thorntail says we're still just kids.
Curse you, COVID. Yeah, children at heart. Let's do this and then have it. Actually, let's see how it looks earlier on first. I also like the idea of maybe he's breathing in a bit. Let's maybe open this a bit. We'll see how that looks. Okay. So when he opens up here, I think we're gonna keep his jaw by about here. It's gonna be a little wider. Like the idea of it kind of like opening up, dragging behind the movement of his head too a little bit, so when I offset it, it might look a little bit like it's following, like he's throwing his head backwards and his mouth is kind of getting thrown open at the same time. That could be cute.
About Vendi's neck and if he can move his weird snake parts.
There aren't any bones in them, so if we have them move, it's usually something like rotation, the bones in here or something, so that it kind of tilts back and forth. But when we want to make them like more emotive, we'll probably have to add some shape keys to them, which are much cheaper in the engine. So I'm saving a lot of animation work for like, oh, we can do shape keys on that. Oh, we can do shape keys. Makes things a lot easier down the line.
Super short mouth X says, I can't wait to play your game.
Oh, thank you. Your name doesn't look familiar. Welcome. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything reading the chat. Okay. Alright, I like the idea of him having this come open a bit more. That's looking decent. What do you think?
Yeah. Looks good to me.
I think something needs to be about here. He's gonna open it up about this far.
Yes,
And then I think this is about when he comes up, so I'm gonna do
the official biological name is now Cobra Flaps.
Cobra Flaps.
Hello, Pink Paw. Welcome. Yes, the scientific name, of course.
I like the idea of this staying.
Welcome, Pink Paw.
Is there new? Oh, hello, Pink Paw. Welcome, Pinky Paw. Vendigo. It's true. I'll switch to a different sound here in a few minutes. We'll start on a friendly or something.
She's lying to control you.
What? Why do you do this?
Yes,
This is
Bastion is very quiet because Natalie has a very bad microphone and won't stand near me when I talk. Possible? What?
Is it possible for the HAL animation to play while it's doing other animations like sprinting? Yeah. There will be a full body version and a standalone version for like, or a full body version and then like only a head version, or something like that. Which I actually mentioned something in the dev Discord this morning about. I was watching Dangerous Animal Encounters, with my morning cigarette and coffee. And there was this video of an elephant chasing after a car, like backing up as fast as they could, and the elephant was throwing its head, tilting back and forth, like throwing its ears around and chasing the car. I'm like, how scary would it be though if you could like play like your aggressive animation? You know, I can imagine the Maw-Wing putting its wings up and doing its aggressive animation, and somebody new to the game might be like, oh well, they just committed to that animation, but then they start like sprinting towards you while the upper part of their body is still doing that animation. It could be spooky. But yes, being able to call and move and everything at the same time, that's all going to be a thing. If we can find another way to do something neat with it, I think we will. Okay, I think I only wanted about that much. And then I can, like, maybe bring it back in for that last breath. Let's try about here. That's not bad. So I think this is going to have to tuck in a bit more. He's going to look all... Let me grab... Actually, yeah, let me grab this shape. What?
Name too long says elephant. I don't like this iron buffalo. And people watching.
Wow.
I post shitty links in the chat.
No poop posting, please.
Poop posting.
What did I get? I don't know if I could say shit posting on YouTube. Although it's not like the channel's monetized or anything.
I'm just gonna take them to virus sites. It's fine. Debunked Russian military websites.
What?
What?
I swear to God, if you get us canceled, stream number 2.
This is stream number 3. Thank you.
2, technically. Well, the first one didn't count because it got lost to oblivion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Twitch deleted it after 14 days.
It's probably because I was making a Lego face.
First of all,
Or however you say it.
yeah, I don't know how you say it either, but no, I don't think it was. I think it was mostly because it only saves for 14 days, I think, unless you have over like a certain amount of followers, if I remember right, and then it saves for 60 days, but Twitch still deletes them. Then there's an option to like save your Twitch streams to YouTube.
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
But yeah, if I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna stream on YouTube. At least it'll be easier for people to watch streams afterwards. Okay, it's coming along.
Thorntail's asking how often is an animation scuffed so bad that you can't repair it, need to redo it from scratch, or are they all salvageable?
It really depends on like what changes. What was their question? How often does it happen when our animation goes so scuffed you can't repair it and you redo it from scratch? Are they all salvageable? I guess it depends. I'm really bad about like not saving, but if I'm like doing little things at a time, it's kind of easy to just like Control Z and go, or Control Shift Z, kind of go back and forth to see what maybe you messed up. I messed up a lot. Like I still mess up a lot, but what helps me is like playing the animation over and over and over again. And even though you kind of lose sight of what it looks like after a while, I'm lucky enough to have somebody like Sebastian who can give me fresh eyes and look over every few minutes. But it really helps to just like save. Like if I show you my saves, I have so many different versions of Vendi. And I've marked them all and noted them all, like what's different in them and stuff, because there's like at so many points has either if the rig changes, you've got to start from scratch completely on most of the animations. Sometimes, depending on what's changing on the rig. And we had to change the rig a couple times to get movement and IK and everything working how we wanted. Um, I don't know about like messing up. If you mean like visually messing up an animation too much, I know the easiest way to avoid that is when you're starting animating. Sometimes it's very very useful to find reference and try and almost copy it pose to pose or like frame by frame. Um, you'll get a really clean looking animation every time. But if you want to move around any body parts, you kind of have to. You kind of end up stuck doing the keying in every bone in the body all at once. And if I were to do that, there would be a bunch of information that I would have to remember. I have to go back and change every time I change the animation, because when you go back certain body parts, if you go to the next frame and then key all frames and one body part has moved a lot but it's affecting other body parts, like if I move the hips around, you can see it affects other body parts. And in this full body animation, there's actually no animation on the pause or anything other than that initial pose, because the constraints on this rig are doing all the work for me. So when the hips move forward, so my suggestion would be to go as much as you can, and as time consuming as it is, go body part by body part at first, instead of like pose by pose and then keying in all your keyframes for all of the bones in your rig like all at once. That would be my main suggestion. And then my second best suggestion would be, I did this a little bit in the Maw-Wing stream when I started his walking animation, but basically you come up with figure out what your first contact pose is going to be. So like for example, here's my canter animation. So there's that contact here. It's not necessarily the most ideal pose to start with. Out there, yeah, that's a little better, I guess. Still not great. You take this. Actually, it wouldn't work with the canter because it's not inverted. Sorry. Yeah, let me find just do walk. It'd be easier. So here's walk, and you'll notice if I go to the very end of this walk animation, which is 60 frames long. So on the 61st frame, it should look exactly the same. So here's the 61st frame and the first frame of this animation. All of the keys should be exactly the same. Also, I lied. This animation is 45 frames long. So on this key and the last key, the first key and the last key should be exactly the same. And when you have a back and forth motion like walking or trotting even, it would work with, you have a middle frame that's basically an exact inverted version of your two last frames. So if I were to take all of these guys out and play this animation, it's just a back and forth motion. And then what you do is fill it in increments. So you could say to yourself, okay, where would he be posed midway between being this stretched out and this stretched out? He's going to be kind of scrunched in. His feet should be kind of passing over each other. He's about halfway through that step. So you can kind of break it down for yourself. That's why I also said yesterday it's so useful to like watch lectures about old cartoons and stuff, because they teach you how to kind of like break things down, the like motions in your head, and separate them bit by bit. And then once you have that basic shape of where you know he's going to be at certain points, you've done about half the work already, and you can just fill it in where things look wonky. And you only have to do half of the animation for an animation like this that's looped and mirrored on the other side. You just do these keyframes in the middle here. Whenever that looks good, you copy. I'll even show you this. So you take these guys, copy them, and then watch if these guys are gone. So I've taken these in-between animations and copied them. And then I'm going to put my cursor where they start, which I think is frame 4. Yeah. So there's halfway. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I will paste the flipped version. And that will complete my animation. So finding those like in-between poses instead of going like frame by frame is super helpful when you're just learning, because it's especially for looped animations. It's much easier to break down and have you train your brain how to expect where it should be. Oh, just smack me upside the head, Bastion. If I'm doing a sketch, sometimes it gets so far off from where I wanted it to be that I just end up scrapping it and starting over instead of trying to save it. Honestly, safety saves. Safety saves, all I can say. That's, save multiple versions if you have to. So I kind of like how it is now, but I might want to add this to it. Let me save it how it is in case I, muck it up a bit, You'll also feel a little bit safer, like have a little bit more creative freedom, like a creative safety net where it's like, if it doesn't turn out good, you're still safe, I would say that happened to me a lot when I was first learning animation because I was going frame by frame and keying the entire skeleton each time. So it was really hard to change things later down the line. Let me see if this will work. If I switch to the broadcast now, no, they should be all saved on the first frame. I'm actually going to have to fix that. So everything, the feet, the legs, these should all be free. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I am gonna stop there for now, and we will start a new one. Oh, default one, yeah. How many friendlies do we have? We have 2 big friendlies and 2 small friendlies. I love how Shockle named the sounds, because when you get to aggressive, instead of aggressive it says angry, so they say big angry and little angry or small angry. Is there going to be body animations with calls to show emotion? Let's say Vendigo did its friendly call. Will it wag its tail as well or something? Assume it's kind of like a dog. Yeah, so there will be full body animations that will play out if you're not moving for all the calls. And then there will be isolated versions that will just affect certain parts of your body. If you're moving or, flying around or doing something other than standing still. Okay, so let's replace this with big friendly.
Clever girl. Name too long, says that's clever.
Okay. That's still a bit long. You know what? I think that's a cool 60 frames. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So for the first of 4 friendlies, there is 2 big friendlies. So the first one, I'd say, what are you guys feeling? Maybe a little... If we do the full body one first, it makes it easier to isolate the body parts for the movement ones later. So I'm thinking maybe a lean back and a paw up and a head tilt. Something like that.
They're asking if the AIs will have similar calls to help the players hunt down their food or something like the IO does.
Yeah, yes, and the calls will be pretty interactive alongside players as well. So if there's a bunch of players yapping in one area, they might start singing to you from others, stuff like that. But yeah, players, the all of the non-playable creatures will have, you know, different calls and a full body version or an intimidate, stuff like that. Plus some extra emotive stuff just for like player interactions and stuff that doesn't entail eating them. In case anybody wants to do that instead. Okay, so I would say let's go ahead and lock this in, and I would say we'll do. Actually, if I lengthen this a bit, I'll have time to get back to that neutral pose. That should be fine. And it's not on a loop, so I can end it on whichever one I want. I don't have to bring it over one outside of when the animation ends. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm really not gonna be as good at, like, tutorial talking. I overthink everything and ramble quite a bit, so if y'all want more, like, constructive or instructive streams, then I'll get in touch with Moon. She's really good at it.
When players type, will their critters vocalize? Something the IO does, but Beast of Bermuda does not.
So that's a great question and something that you brought up. I want to talk about actually. Now we have some newish people here. Um, so there is no world chat in the official servers. You only interact with other players by doing just that. You have no exchange of human language between the other players on official servers. But there will be functions in place so that community servers, private servers, stuff like that, they can have, if they have a chat function enabled, then by default there will be like a sort of little bork. Like in Vendi's case, a little bark to show when you're, to vocalize when you're, talking or
No
communicating
standing
with
on
someone.
rocks.
Hey,
Hey, hey, quit having fun over there. This is about fun.
let's do something like this. We'll pull him back a bit. He'll lean up a little bit. I think maybe actually his back should arch a bit more than his hips just pointing up. Should be kind of confused. I don't want to push it too much though. Let me do this. And maybe a bit more and a bit less here. I want this to link with head tracking, so I'll probably do something like this. Well, I'll just key it for now and then make sure I know how it looks.
Name Too Long is asking, he says it's way too early to ask, but he's wondering if we're going to have mod support.
It is pretty early to ask. I would like to have mod support. That is definitely
Yeah, for like the private servers for sure.
yeah, especially there are so many phenomenal modding communities out there, and I know they're really hoping that a lot of the new games coming out will support some of the stuff they want to add. So if it is at all a possibility, we will absolutely do it, and it is up there on the priority list. It's actually a motivating factor when we decided how many playables we were going to implement on our end too. How do I turn silent mode on Discord? There we go. Hmm. I thought that hip movement was going to be much more dramatic, and it really wasn't. Okay, so let's push the butt out a bit. Do a nice little, like, playful butt lift. This isn't going to look great at first. I'm not really sure where I'm going to want it in the animation, but we can always move it around. Right.
Alrighty. Thorntail says he's not a fan of the no chat on official servers.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make do.
It would dramatically hinder the community.
Well, honestly, it was a long thought decision, but part of the appeal of these kinds of games is the immersion, and we're going a route where you're looking at your environment and who and what is around you and your body most of the time when you're playing this game, because that's how surviving in nature goes. You need to, you're dropped in a world, you're not familiar with your body. You need to figure it and everything else out in the sort of natural order to find your place in it or make your place in it. uh and the idea that the The player and the player's thoughts and decisions and these are all sort of incorporated into the lore of the story. And if we allow players to, you have no health bar on your screen, you have no stamina bar, food and hunger, that's all represented visually to you by your character. But we have a big black box on the left side of the screen that has a bunch of human language and a bunch of people complaining to each other about various things and a bunch of people trying to meet up with each other in ways that sort of overshadow or make obsolete the systems that we're putting in place for that to be easier in a more immersed. It's mostly an immersion decision, honestly. We want to have as little distracting you on the screen at any time. And since the official servers are going to be operating under the lore, it really just wouldn't make sense. I don't know. I'd be open to it, but
What if like there was a thingy you could like plug your head into or something?
yeah,
Other
maybe
people.
some sort of like communication network or something. That
Yeah,
could be neat.
that could be. That would
Yeah,
definitely
we'll
be
play
more.
with the idea, but no, for the most part, you can expect to be interacting with and communicating with other things in your environment, using your body and the noises and visuals that it makes.
What we got here? Gonna be what we admins inside the game. I'm not a fan. Ah, they're asking if there's going to be a way to cry to admins inside the game. Name too long says he's not a fan of crying to admins, but if someone really needs to.
That's a good question. Yes, but we haven't decided on how we're gonna do stuff like that yet. Most likely, it will be part of your in-game menu. So there will be two menus: your escape menu and your sleep menu, which is like your character menu. The character menu is the one that you have to be asleep to access, and the escape menu is like settings, exit, things like that. So it will most likely be somewhere in that menu, somewhere that you don't have to like commit in game to waiting to access it.
Thorntail saying more stuff about the community. How it would be good to have a chat.
I agree, but there are some games that have grown substantial and beautiful communities. Think of Sky Children of Light comes to mind. You can't really talk to players easily in that game, at least not strangers. You have to sort of commit some resources and some time into like being around somebody and befriending them and spending resources to unlock different functions like being able to chat with them or interact with them in different ways.
Yeah.
But they mostly just have these little like honks, little like sing honks that you smash a button and it honks. It's like that's how players and emotes. That's how players talk to each other.
I think having a network that can be accessed at different spots in the game might be the best bet.
Yeah, that would be my concern is that if we can do it and find a lore based way to do it, then I wouldn't argue with it.
There's even other ways we could do it that'll be easier.
Maybe. Maybe I don't know, maybe something like the better friends you are, you know, you can communicate to each other or something. And if you're like super friends, you can telepathically communicate wherever you are. That could be neat. We'll play with it. I appreciate you voicing the concerns, Thorn. Okay, let's see how maybe something like this works. Hmm. I don't really want him to go back down that far, actually. So first he comes back, he leans forward a bit to get a sniff, but that shouldn't happen until later. And then head tilt should happen after.
No,
Okay.
drop it.
Let's just pop you here for now and see how that.
Time too long. Is there going to be some playables in the game?
Is there going to be some limited playables in game? Maybe some that you need to pay real money for, or some event limited creatures? No. If we add more creatures, they're just gonna be They're just gonna be part of the game.
Yeah, the only stuff that you will be able to like pay for outside of the game will be like cosmetics and maybe animation sets if we do that too.
Yeah, if we do
Stuff that
like.
won't actually affect the gameplay.
Yeah, that will just change your character visually.
Just make you look cool.
And what Sebastian's talking about is not really something that we have planned. That's like our line in the sand that we've already kind of drawn, that like this is as far as we would ever go.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
if people wanted something like that, then we would want to put enough time and care into each one and give people, the best bang for their buck. So, okay. I'm a little stumped on what I want to do with the first friendly. I guess I probably could leave out the little. Let's do a second friendly, actually. Let's do friendly 1. And let's try for a friendly 2. Oops, right. Okay. Let's bring in our other one. That one sounds nice and happy. This one will be our play sound, and it's a bit longer by what? Like 25%.
Wow.
Let's just do this. See how. Bro, if something happens to this game, I'm gonna cry. This is perfect. I know something's gonna happen. No, the worst has already passed. If anything was gonna kill our development of this game, it would have been things that happened a year, almost 2 years ago. So We're good. We have persevered. To give you to give you an idea of the level of faith, or the level of dedication at least that you can expect from us, we had to start the entire project from scratch nearly, like, yeah, twice now.
At least 2 times.
At least 2 times.
I
I
feel
wouldn't
like
say
it
we
was
started
more.
from scratch the last time. We definitely had stuff we could work with.
We basically did.
We almost did. Nothing's stopping us. Nothing's stopping us now. Everything's great now. That's why we've come out of our little hole. Probably bringing these up a little too far. Yeah. Straighten that up a bit. Just a little bit more. That should about do us. Okay. Some angry birds today. Oops. Okay. We'll add a nice butt wiggle in a second. Okay. Anything happening in the chat there? Distract a Bastion?
Nope. I've been looking.
Okay. Thank you.
Got to kill him. They're all awake now. Ooh, here we go. Oh, they're asking about the breeding system.
Ooh, oh boy.
Good questions, name too long.
Yes, thank you.
We
So, oh, this is gonna get set as a chapter in this stream when we talk about breeding systems.
oh boy.
So there are multiple different ways to breed in Eidols. You can reproduce the classic way by finding a mate and mixing your genetics together. Um, Actually, I guess technically there are three ways to be born, but only two ways to reproduce. Um, because hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to explain something to Sebastian. There are three ways to be born and two ways to reproduce.
What you keep talking about?
Um, the classic way, of course, find a mate, mix your genetic, your genetics together, get something, some mixture of the two parents. Um, you can reproduce asexually by basically like pooping out a carbon genetic copy of yourself, but you sacrifice the chance of any kind of genetic mutation, um, in the future. So if you've played the game for years and you just have a perfect build, reproduce asexually, or you have a build that you really want to save and stick with and not change, you can reproduce asexually and basically hand somebody over a carbon copy of your creature genetically. Um, there are no currently planned playables that lay eggs, I don't think. One of them might, but it's not likely that they will lay eggs. Uh, but we're doing some interesting stuff with how, birth works. So it'll be disgusting but ridiculously platonic and not inappropriate in any way. Mostly just horrifying. This is simulate real nature. Everything's just horrifying. And then the other way to be born is just to pick your character when you get into the game. Okay, let's do that. Let's work out that butt wiggle, and then we'll do some more with this later. could do with scrunching this a bit more, I think.
Oh, they're asking about the mutation system with the breeding and how all that will work with the stats.
Yeah,
What it'll
so
affect and everything.
I want it to affect everything, honestly. I don't know 100%. I don't know 100%. We don't have all the logistics of breathing or breeding laid out just yet. Um, but we did accidentally find a way to like possibly mix skins together, so that could be neat.
Yeah, that was a happy accident. Oh, Rook DM'd you.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, porn! Wonderful. Thank you, Rook. We always need our motivators.
Oh yeah. Back legs look great. Rook has been practicing animations with dinosaurs, which is, anything that supports its weight on two legs is like cheating at this point. I was messing around with Bubo at one point, and I was just like, this is so easy because it's so hard. It's not even just hard to animate quadrupeds; it's hard to like implement them into Unreal. Like everything about them is just like difficulty mode. So yeah, the back legs are like perfect, and the front legs are like halfway done almost. Oh, I missed a couple things. Okay. All right. Let's get this butt wiggle.
Half baked chicken wings. Get that butt wiggling. Um, should we talk more about the mutation system a little bit?
Yeah, if you'd like.
I don't think we really went into detail.
I would just be careful because we don't have a lot of it set in stone yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna do the gist. Basically, uh, your like, I guess all of your skill trees, which there will be two of that are separate, um, can and will be affected by breeding. So like if
Let me clear that up real quick while you catch your thoughts. There
uh,
are not two skill trees. There are two separate, and like they're not
yeah,
two
they're separate
trees
entirely.
in your skill window. Yeah, there's like two different types of skill trees.
Yeah, like you have two that are on like different entire screens probably is
Yeah.
how it'll end up being. But stuff on both of those will be affected. So basically, if
Here, you
you
take the headset for a minute and
oh,
talk about stuff.
all right,
And
I'm
I
gonna
will
talk
keep
about
on working.
stuff. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm gonna do it. Um, but basically, your like your predation skills or your survivability skills will all be affected by it, and your other crazier like magic skills will also be affected by it. So like you can uh, make all of that stuff stronger through breeding, which will involve essentially starting over, but it will be worth it in the long run because as your character grows, it'll become stronger than if you hadn't done that. And you can max out your stats that way. It'll be the best way to min max everything if that's what you're interested in with your build. Um, yeah. There's other secrets with that we haven't revealed yet, and we won't until the game comes out. So, yeah, there's more to it, but that's the gist as far as everyone needs to know.
Tell him, Bastion. Oh, okay. I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
I have the headphones. Okay. All of yous need to stay about the same.
Oh, hold on. Vendigo. Oh my god, Vendigo.
It's not gonna look great until it's.
Vendigo mutates one snap. Change everything. Thank you, Thorntail. Thorntail says I have the voice of an angel.
Aww. You do have a neat voice, though.
I'll do some voice acting for the game.
Yeah, starring Sebastian as the cosmic entity that berates and belittles you in nonsense language throughout your gameplay experience.
He's an antinatalist.
Gilble, settle down.
I don't know if that's been revealed or yet or not. I don't think so. The 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 AI who belittles you throughout the game is an antinatalist.
Interesting. Okay, well, nobody knows about that yet, and Thorn knows everything, hears all, and remembers all,
Oh,
so.
good. Hear and remember it. Go away, Gilboo. It's not time for tire time. It's not tire time.
It's not tired. Okay, let's get a couple more wiggles in there. Guess we don't really need the half wiggle. We do kind of need the half wiggle. Okay, let's get rid of all yous guys. Whoa. Oh. Okay, so this all needs to happen a little faster. Maybe like as soon as you hit the button.
Alright.
Oh, whoops.
Doggy indeed
Gib
wants
Gibbs.
attention. I can't
Alright,
even
give me
get.
this. No, you gotta let me have it. You've been whining at me to get it. Okay, back up. Back up. Go get ready. Go get ready. I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it. Go get it. Oof.
You catch it?
Yeah. Okay. So I need him to get down into this wiggle a little bit quicker and grab everything like I was supposed to. I want to get time enough in for a couple of butt wiggles.
Okie dokie. Doggy got some attention. No worries. He's doing something heinous right now, I'm sure.
Yep. Eating grass. Not even on purpose, just munching on the tire, no care if grass gets in his mouth. Our ridiculous pig son.
Okie dokie. Is there going to be breeding between different species? I swear, this isn't a Pornhub discussion.
Honestly, I just don't think we'll have the time. If a miracle happens somewhere down the line that we just all of a sudden have more resources than we know what to do with.
Battle games welcome.
Oh, welcome.
Our Turkish fan has
Our
arrived.
Turkish fan. Wait, I have to remember how to say.
Yes, Natalie's learning Turkish.
Uh,
Say hello.
well, hello. Merhaba. Nasılsın? See if we can understand my horrible accent.
Yeah. You speak Turkish like a 12-year-old from Florida.
That's because. Hoş geldin. Hoş geldin. If there was more of you, hoş geldiniz. Yeah, Oh, awesome. See, he did understand me. He said, I asked him how he was. He said he's good.
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah, our programmer is Turkish, so I've been trying to learn. I've just started learning over the last couple of weeks. So, Türkçe bilmiyorum. Accent is good. Thank you. Çok Türkçe biliyorum.
But yeah, I don't think species are going to be able to interbreed.
I don't think we'll have interbreeding species. That would be so much work. But like I said, if the day ever comes, we have just more resources than we know what to do with.
Maybe if we have $1 million.
You guys can breed all three of them together, yeah.
Yeah, make all your horrible chimeras and draw the worst fan fictions I can imagine.
Sebastian,
What?
You're walking on thin ice now.
Just, my original concept.
Sebastian, no, you can't say that. This is a kids show. This is a family show. This is a God-fearing Christian broadcast. So as soon as we see a comment, just like hollering into your stomach.
Ooh.
Oh.
SpongeGar.
Just full SpongeGar. It doesn't take much. Alright, I'm going to have to come back and add some wiggles to this, and I'll do some offset on the tail so that the tailbone, so that it kind of looks like it's swishing a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and switch to an aggressive. I'm not even going to call it aggressive, I'm going to call it angry. That's how Shuffle named the sounds. Big angry, small angry.
Small angry.
Angry 1. Probably will have to end up renaming these when I do the other versions.
They say I'm summoning Rule 34 artists.
No, please.
It's too late for that shit, man. They've been summoned.
I guess we just cuss on streams.
What?
I don't know. I said it. That you've said it.
All right, I'm trying to hold back a torrent of jokes I'm not supposed to make right now. So,
I know you're doing very good. I can see how hard you're trying.
My eyes are bulging.
Have some Rule 34 artists on the Eidols Discord. Hope they never find this stream.
No, I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will. I mean, look at what we did to Bubo. People are gonna be like, they're asking for it at this point.
There's no way that we're getting away with this.
That's a better way to put it.
Natalie told me to make all the plants look like penises and vaginas.
I did not. I said no.
Said
that's
that
not what I said.
100
That's
times.
not what I said. I said the same thing every time. I did not say that. I described them as looking
are you about to tell?
as looking similar to human genitals because we want the landscape and everything in it to metaphorically and psychologically make you uncomfortable. And nothing makes people more uncomfortable than strange genitals. Look, I'm just being honest here, okay? I'm sorry.
Okay, what are you doing?
It was...
I like that she just said the same thing I said, but longer.
There's a purpose. It's not just to be gross. You're just gross.
You're just making porn with extra steps.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Next video is just going to be talking about just duty parts.
No.
Sphincters.
Sebastian, I'm drawing the line. That's it. I'm drawing the line.
Bulbous.
No. Enough.
Moistening.
Enough. It's enough. Please, please. I
Frosted
will
loins.
mute this headset. Look, I've been sitting here, I haven't got any work done for like a full 5 minutes because of you.
I was inspired by Naked Lunch.
I'm muting you.
Mugwump in this game.
All I'm saying is if you don't get on your best behavior right this second, I will turn this stream around. I will shut it down.
No, I'm just saying.
We're already cussing on stream. We don't need you canceling us.
Natalie did 9/11.
Sebastian! Please, I'm just trying. I can't.
We're going to jail.
I'm pinning it all on you. Okay, let's get a big angry.
Somebody DM name too long. They call me Big Angry. They call you Big Angry. I'm just vibing.
Okay. That's enough.
I'm trying to have a Baja Blast over here.
Would you? We made the Baja Blast on joke on yesterday's stream.
And I'll
You
make
can't.
it again. Man, fuck them kids.
Sebastian! What has gotten in? You were so well behaved on the last stream.
Nope.
It was just a ploy to get me to trust him. Oh, you should have the Thorntail. You should have Sebastian in more streams. He's so funny. He gives me heart palpitations. So let's do something real mean looking. Right about here, he's gonna be all mean and spooky looking. You think? What would you think if Vendigo like reared up on its hind legs, like a bear?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
You like that idea? Really?
Maybe.
Let's see how it would look. We'll do some experimentation on this stream. Let's give him big, yeah, beefy. Give him the bear pose.
Alright, what do we got? Does Maw-Wing really sound like a deer? Deer?
Uh, is that
Go on, go on.
is
Go.
that a trick question?
Dance around this one.
No.
Because this was your idea.
The short answer is no. I'm not sure he could actually make the noises that come out of a deer's throat parts, because his throat parts are not like a deer. I would say no.
Ooh, a new member just joined.
Oh, nice.
Probably because I said all that fucked up shit.
Sebastian! You're gonna scare them away within the first, like, 10 seconds, please.
That's alright.
Man, is it hot out here, or is it just me?
Like a flute? His throat reminds me of a flute. Okay, they're asking if he's gonna sound like a flute. Have you seen? Well,
There are some,
Are we doing Maw-Wing noises today, or
actually,
are we doing other stuff with him?
the Maw-Wing noises are on the Discord. In the Concepts channel, the broadcasts are underneath his little entry. I still need to do the entry for Vendigo. The one playable that we have implemented, and I don't even have, like, an entry in the Concepts channel for him yet. I have so much to do. This is gonna mess up so hard as soon as he moves. It's way testy.
Oh, we got some more messages coming in. I'd like to imagine.
I'd like to imagine a human Maw-Wing
Calming
running
tunes.
a huge Maw-Wing running at me while making calming tunes.
And there is an actual channel for sounds, yes?
There's not a channel for sound specifically, but if you look in the Concepts channel, the sounds that we have for Maw-Wing are like the last thing that we posted. Or the last thing posted in that channel, I think. Yeah, if you think it's hard to describe hearing it, imagine trying to describe it to the sound artist.
Luckily,
It's
we had good descriptive words that Natalie refuses to say on
we
stream.
will never say them on stream.
It's weird. So many things about this artistic process we can't say. Wonder why.
Did you say artistic process?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
What is wrong with
What
you?
is wrong with you? I can't
didn't-
trust you with anything. I
I
can't
didn't
take you
say-
anywhere.
Fuck you. What is this? Hold on. Concept channel. Yes.
It's in the concept. Yeah. Oh yeah. Big mean boy puffing up. Whoops. That was the wrong button. It's a good thing Sebastian's not paying much attention. Okay, and you guys are gonna have to scrunch down a bit. That's part of our problem here, I think. That should be better. Gibbs. Will you throw our sweet pig's toy?
Where is it? Can you hand it? Oh my god. It's more mud than toy at this point. Leave it. That was not the best throw. I'm sure he'll have a good time.
There we go. That should help a bit.
I am directly going there after this stream. Good. Replacing sounds. What?
Did you try replicating the sounds to the artist? Yes, I did, actually. A number of times.
Oh, see, they're rushing to my defense. Thank you, Thorntail.
They were not flute noises. They were much more jarring. Whoa! Alright, there we go. That's a little better. Model's breaking a little bit, but we can always mess with it later. Okay, so tail is gonna have to scooch. Like the idea of having his tendrils pop out or something too. A little aggressive wiggle. Yeah, so to talk about the tendrils a bit, I don't like this. This
What
is
a mess.
not great looking.
Well, they're asking how Vendigo fights and what are the tendrils for.
So the tendrils represent your health bar. They have your health represented on them. So I actually can show you a bit of a thing here. Hold on. Don't know if I have a video of it, but could always just pull up. Okay, let me pull up the engine real quick. No, wait, no. I'm not gonna get off track. If you guys want to see how it works in the engine, again on today's stream, let me know. If you check out the stream from a couple of days ago, I do show it off, and the different spots in the video that things are happening are timestamped in the description. But basically, just to tell you here, the tendrils act as antenna in multiple different ways. They act as bug antenna, so they help you understand the world around you and sense the world around you. They help contribute to your like comprehension of your environment. But they also kind of act like radio antenna. They can pick up signals, and you know that's all I'll say about that. Uh, but Basically, the brighter your tendrils are, they start off really bright and golden, which we're experimenting with something. We might not have to make them gold. We might be able to just let the player pick what color they are. Not 100% sure on that, but it would be cute because then people would be able to actually like match their skins. Nice. I take it they've probably heard the sounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so the more injured you get, the more damage you take, the light sort of travels down or travels up your tendrils. The tips of your tendrils, when you get hit, will start to turn black, and the glow that they're emitting will sort of stop further and further up the tendril to represent where your health bar is. So if your tendril is completely golden, glowy, and bright and pretty, you're at full health. If it's completely dim and gray and no light is coming off of it, you're a dead body. And if it's about halfway there, if half your tendril is black and dying and half of it is golden and bright and happy or whatever, then you're about at half health. So they're not really used as a weapon. Vendigo's weapons of choice are definitely his mouth and these crazy looking raccoon hands. He's got opposable digits here, so
I think he's gonna have a headbutt as well since he has a big
big
exo
skull.
skull.
Yeah, exo skull. Yeah, that could be neat. I think we talked about that and I just like completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should do that. That should be like maybe your sprinting attack or something.
The sprinting heavy, I think it was gonna be.
Sprinting heavy, gotcha. Don't let
Oh
me
yeah, I
forget.
should draw out that stuff, huh?
Would help.
Okay, well, get the hell out of my way.
Sebastian. Hey.
Come on.
Please. Please.
Come on.
I'm just trying to work, man.
Stay with me now.
No. What is wrong?
Stay with me now.
What is wrong with you? I'm so sorry, you guys. He is completely off the wall today. I have no control here. What is the mechanic for regaining health? Yeah, you regain health while you're not exhausted, basically. Uh, a good night's rest, bed rest, few physical activities that are.
About?
Why don't you read the question and then bark at me, Bastion?
Get drunk, Natalie.
I'm not.
Get drunk streaming right now.
It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
And you are plastered.
Please, they asked a good question.
What they at?
They asked how health regen will work.
Oh,
You'll
man.
regen health when you're resting
know.
and not completely exhausted.
There's other ways also.
Yeah, there's all
talked
sorts of ways. Like,
Have we talked about everyone's species ability yet?
We talked about it. We've talked about it a lot in the Discord here and there, but probably not at any spot that like people could see it easily without digging.
Should we go through everyone's, all the playables?
Yeah, I feel like we did a little bit yesterday or the
No, we
couple
didn't.
of days ago.
Well, we talked for like 1 second about it, and you were just like, no. And I was like, what? Okay. I thought we already talked about this, but sure.
Yeah, they'll be if there is a choice, then yeah, the default would be something that people could easily discernible. Thorn.
Yeah.
Regaining health, there's a number of ways. The default way to regen health is basically like naturally without any outside stuff would be resting, just like the doctor ordered. And
Um, well, here, and there's probably going to be environmental things that'll heal you as well, because we have a whole bunch of cool environmental assets that look cool, are inedible, and I don't know what to do with them. So why not, right? Have a little health stations.
sure,
And
that's what
then,
you want.
should we talk about all of the playables and their abilities again?
Yeah, here, do you want to, since I haven't actually been getting a whole lot done
Yeah,
these
give me
last few
these. Give me
minutes,
these.
you want to take the headset
I
and...
made all these up, so I want to talk about
Okay.
them.
Here you go.
Oh, hello everybody. So, as you know, Vendigo is gonna have Venom, and I believe his two. So each species that's playable will have two abilities that they will either be passive or activated, depending on what you're playing. Vendigo has a passive on its attacks that will build up venom with each bite that it lands on its opponent. But it can also spit this venom, I think, is what we're playing with. I don't know if that's 100% set in stone, but that was definitely what we were thinking
Also,
about.
maybe not, because there's some other games doing that kind of thing.
I really like the venom spitting Cobra Man, though. So I don't know. We're still playing with it, but that is the current idea. We might change it to something better if we think of something better. So, but yeah, so that's Vendigo's. Maw-Wing's is a lot crazier. Maw-Wing has like illusion-esque abilities. It can turn invisible. Well, you will be able to. This will be part of the mutations and trees. You can put points into this to like change and make them better. All
Yeah,
of
these won't be like default. If you play as a Maw-Wing, you automatically have these abilities.
Yeah, they kind of awaken and get better as you get older, and you can put more and more points into them. Um, to make them like better and last longer and all this stuff. The other thing Maw-Wing can do is the shadow clone thing essentially, where it'll split into like 5 Maw-Wings and they'll all run in different directions and confuse everyone, and they will all be pretty indiscernible from the real one until you touch them or hit them. That's the plan anyway. That's what we're hoping to do for him. Whale, Sky Whale, our Mantis Fin, on the other hand,
Anti-fiend.
Mantifin, he's going to have regeneration, a passive regeneration that will be stronger than others, and he will be able to put out this little healing AoE for his other ability. So he has a passive and an activated. Maw-Wing has 2 activated, and Vendigo currently has 1 activated, 1 passive. So that's the current lineup. Um, but yeah, you'll be able to, as the Mantis Fin, put out a healing AoE that you can use and your friends can use and your enemies can use, and it will just sort of be a sort of a strategic thing that you can place that will probably make combat last a whole lot longer and be a little more interesting. I also suspect Mantis Fin's going to be a little OP because of the passive regeneration and some of the other options that will be available to it later on.
He will be hard to take down.
But he's a big whale, so, makes sense that he would not be the easiest thing to kill.
There's also something I want to touch on as far as like what we expect, what we are sort of tailoring the gameplay loop around, what we expect from how we expect players to behave. We can't obviously account for how every player is going to behave or what, even what people will do when the game opens up for the first time, but for the most part, we want to cultivate a sort of uh, instinct. When you hear some shit going down across the map or in the forest next to you or something, if you're strong enough, if you hear somebody preying on somebody else or 2 playables fighting, it is very likely that you will actually want to run towards whatever is happening and check it out and maybe help one side or the other or both, depending on what they're doing. uh, things
Yeah.
like that. So it won't be so much. There won't be so much fear with making noise in the environment. If you call for help, then it's very likely somebody will actually have a strong gameplay reason to come and help you and make you stronger in the process for as long as they're there.
Mhm. Yeah. Everything you accomplish should have rewards and consequences.
Yes.
So if you go around killing other players, you'll be rewarded immediately, and then if you do it too much, you will eventually face some form of consequence when the system reacts to that. All right, y'all. I'm gonna draw some stuff for Natalie. Uh, so I'm gonna be doing that for a minute.
You're not going nowhere.
I'm not going nowhere, but I'm just letting everybody know I'm probably gonna be.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on chat, but yeah. Here, take this.
Okay. And keep an eye on chat. There's not really an easy way for me to keep it handy.
I know. Trying to think how to draw these. You want me to do Vendigos or Maw-Wings first? And
Uh,
what angle should I draw them at?
Hold on. Which ones are you drawing?
The attack animations and map to the buttons.
Oh, do Maw-Wings first, because that's the next thing I'm gonna work on, actually.
Is there going to be a way of understanding your stats and needing to? I think it's just the sleep menu.
Is there going to be a way of understanding your stats that need a refill, like visible hunger and thirst bars and stuff? There will be, but your goal in this game is you're not going to be constantly looking for things to eat to stay alive. Food is mostly a supplement. You can die from hunger, but it's you would have to do it kind of on purpose, or just not know that eating is a thing in survival games. There will be visual representations of it, but I want to base things on biology more than anything, where it's like, okay, a creature like, Vendigo might be able to, who lives in the desert, might be able to go 3-4 days without water, might be able to go a week, in sort of like in game days, might be able to go a week without eating. You're obviously not going to be really strong and at your full potential, you know, by the time you haven't eaten for a week. And you'll be able to tell that you haven't eaten for a week, but by the time you can really tell that your character is changing, that's basically like, all right, I should eat, or this, my life will be over soon. Submit to the void. Snack or void, take your pick. Um, but I don't like that there's a certain level of immersion that's broken for me when in survival games I could be living through a day, and throughout the course of that day I have to eat 16 steaks and
Yeah.
5 bottles of water, and like it's like, the body is an amazing thing. It can go for a while without.
Yeah.
So food, I think we've taken Valheim is probably one that you guys have. I've played the crap out of that game, and I love how they did food. How they didn't make it so much of a chore for the player, or like a constant alert going off in the back of your head. How much food do I have left? It's more of, and it will also depend how hungry you get. Will also depend like on your level of fatigue. How much energy you spend over the course of the day before you have a sleep and replenish everything, like things like that. If you're loafing around on a rock all day, you're not going to have to eat you know, very quickly. But if you've been chasing something down for 2 hours, or an in-game day, you've been hunting it for a day, and it finally drops. Like, by the time you've chased it down and successfully, it's going to be an exhausting experience. So you'll be more hungry the more active you are. Um, Food also has a lot of potential outside of just keeping you alive. We want each thing that you can eat in the game, meat, plant, otherwise, to provide certain benefits or give certain effects. So that coupled with like the skin, the way we're doing the skin system, you'll always have a reason to be moving around and looking for food, but it will never be like, the Grim Reaper chasing you down on those last few ticks, running to the food that you can smell, stuff like that. You'll definitely be paying more attention to your health and stamina. Yeah, I think I'll switch to Maw-Wing here in just a little bit. I just got like the basic foundations of these first few animations set up, so. Maw-Wing, I think today we will do a trot. We'll get started on a trot, and then maybe do some depending on when Sebastian's done here with his sketches for me. I might start on the first combo for his attacks, melee attacks. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this for now. Let's see. I will leave this, save this, safety save, and open Maw-Wing. And I did a little bit of cleaning up on the animation, the walking animation that we started on the last stream a few days ago. What do you think, Bastion? Got a little swish on the tail now.
I really like it. Yeah, looks good.
The tendrils don't quite go through his body as much, but now they look like they're kind of unnaturally angled.
Whatever you were just saying, they said they're getting a whole lot of IO vibes from it.
Oh, being hungry all the time. Not just any particular game, like, not to try and skirt around talking about other games in this genre, but like the Isle is just an example of like it's not a specific game, it's a flaw in like how I feel like, you know, in the mindset of a survival experience.
It's a lot of games to do.
It's a lot of games to do. I'm talking about Ark, like shoveling, cooked meat into your mouth to get full. Well, it's like if a real person consumed that much meat in that span of time, they would explode,
Yeah.
Having to drink water you know, every 10 minutes and stuff like that. It's just very, it's more of a tax on the player. It's more of a chore for the player to keep track of.
We want it to be more fun than it is a chore.
Yeah, more fun than it is a chore. We want it to supplement the experience that you're having overall, and in ways affect or change the experience that you're having. Since it's going to be such a big part of the gameplay loop in general. You're always going to be eating and drinking, so make it interesting. Okay, so let's do a trot. Look how much we've got on Maw-Wing so far. Got all the breathing and head tracking done, the Eidols done. Walk is... I think I'm happy with the walk for now. Okay, so for a trot, let's do... He's probably going to be nice and high up. Actually, I might even do this. Take that elegant bob that I worked so hard on the front part here. Because there's not going to be a whole lot of uptime on those front legs. It's just going to be... Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so that's a 60 frame. Let's do a trot. Let's try a weird one. Yeah. Alright, so let's get rid of this. Actually, I don't even need to. I can just get rid of this. I think this could honestly even be a little bit quicker. Eh, no, I think that's a good length. And then we'll just exaggerate that butt a little bit to bob some more. Okay.
The last one's going to be a rear, I think.
Oh, on the topic of understanding your stats, you will have like a stat screen too. If you are sleeping and you go into dream mode, you'll be able to see uh, in the plain menu how much of everything you have. I forgot to mention that. How is the scent system going to be if there will be one? Particles flying around that you see or some sort of trail? We are experimenting with a couple of different systems right now. Uh, there might also not be a scent system like as you know it. It will be more of like some some sense that you're taking advantage of, some like sensory ability that you're taking, advantage of biologically. It won't be so much like
So like
just smelling.
I think
At
that's
least
pretty.
not for each playable. Oh, let me see that.
We got running R1, running R2, standing R1. These will carry him forward by a
Okay.
lot more than other ones. Like he'll be like lunging with each swing.
These are the standing ones at the bottom.
That's your light attack standing. So it's like a
Ooh, I like this crossover that you gave me. That's really nice.
so it's like a swing down, and then
Mhm.
this one goes up and swings down, and then it's a sweep from the other one, and then this one sweeps up.
Okay, I like that.
And
So Vendigo only has 3 standing combos right now. Maw-Wing has
right,
4.
Maw-Wing has five. Well,
Okay.
five.
Okay, but how many does he start with
What do you mean?
without unlocking extras? Because you unlock extra melee combos in the predatory skill tree.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Um, just have us
So
do
you want to
these
do
two,
like,
or then do more. I
well,
can.
here, if you can do 5 for every playable, then we can do the first 3 are default.
Well, I don't know if they were all supposed to have five. They're all supposed to have a different number based on their size.
Okay.
So, and Maw-Wing is will expel a lot of energy fighting, but do a lot of damage hitting, sort of a thing.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
that's why it's got this move set. Um, there's also more. So this is the running attacks here. We have to see this one.
Yeah, hold on one sec. Yeah.
So your running R1 is actually like with the antlers and the headbutt thing,
Okay.
and then your R2 is a grapple, which will grapple them if their poise is slow enough,
Okay.
or whatever you were calling it.
So here's the thing about R1, R2. I'm guessing that would be right
Heavy,
click, left click,
yeah, yeah.
heavy and light.
Uh huh.
So what about aiming mode for your abilities? Are
That
those going to be activated by keys?
so that I don't know yet.
I know some of them are, but like, will
That
all of them be if we're getting rid
I
of
think
that?
when you go into aiming mode, you don't do these moves anymore. You do whatever. Um,
Okay, so like if
you'll
you
like
go
switch
plasma,
over.
you'll have a heavy and a plasma set to your 1 and 2 and
Yeah, yeah.
something
Well,
like that.
it like essentially. So there's a few ways we can do it. You'll like
We probably should discuss it later so that.
Yeah, because I don't know yet, obviously, but like one of the ways, like you hit activate, and you'll have your four like whatever magic abilities you have,
Mhm.
and then you can 1, 2, 3, before, or you can have them map somewhere else, or you can hit that thing and then use them with your mouse somehow and scroll through it with the wheel, and it'll turn your regular attacks off for when you're in aiming mode.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Any of that stuff would work. Really just depends. And I gotta do the standing heavy, and then there's dodges and jumping, or from flight.
Okay.
And that's it? Yeah, that's it. Don't think I can fit it all on one page, though. And they are going to all have different numbers of hits and moves, because they're all going to play different. We want them to feel very different.
Okay, that first half looks good. He'll kind of throw his body forward.
Oh, here we go. Scent system going to be if there will be one. Alright, they're asking how the scent system's going to work.
Yeah, I just talked about that a little bit.
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
Since we're playing with a couple of different
I was in the zone.
versions. I think I might want to crunch this animation a little more.
And standing R2 for him is going to have a hold. You know what that means?
Mm-hmm. But you have to be careful because of how we set up with the control system with holding and carrying and all that.
What?
Holding and carrying bodies.
No, a hold. A charge. Sorry.
Okay, like a charged attack. I got you. Yeah, might just start from scratch on... Actually, I don't need to start from scratch. I can just grab the things that I want.
Asking about flying now. Are there going to be pros and cons for flying?
Of
Depends on
course.
who you're playing.
Yeah, it depends on who you're playing. If you are playing as a Vendigo, flying will be very difficult for you. Sustained flight will be very difficult for you. If you are playing as a Maw-Wing, you'll be able to fly decent... You'll be able to glide basically as soon as you're born. And you'll be able to glide, fly decent distances, let's say medium range, very quickly. By the time you're an adult, you'll pretty much have your range with flight. You won't have to stat too much for it. But Maw-Wing doesn't travel as far distances as comfortably as like Mantis Fin, but they don't get... It's very difficult to like carry too much as a Maw-Wing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, they're kind of a pack mule when it comes to flight. So they have these extra arms they can gubs. You know what? I am gonna unless somebody really wants to see the trot get done, which is probably gonna take a little while. Some cleaning up to do before I start changing what's going on with the feet. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this for now, and we'll go right into a melee attack for the back part of the last part of the stream.
Oh, throwing the fun stuff in for the end, huh?
Yeah. Melee combo 1. Alright, so let's get you back to normal. Okay. Oh boy. I'll just delete all the wiggle bones keyframes later. Actually, I kind of need to do that now because I'm just being silly. There we go. Okay. So, let me see that first one again. Also, how quick are these animations?
Maw-Wing's quite fast.
Quite
I had to use
fast?
your reference for that one.
Like,
It's like as fast as that one.
Okay, that's pretty fast. Let's try like half second first. We
That's
can
fine.
always scale it later.
I guess. Yeah, it's look at the Bloodstar Beast thing.
Okay.
So this, yeah. So
Yeah, let me see.
these are your standing heavies, where it's like, so if you just don't charge it, you go down like that, and then up with the other one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna draw another one where he comes down with both.
Do you realize this is like 5 times, just what you're showing me on this paper, what we're doing, it's like 5 times as much animation work as I have done, even on Vendi yet?
I
Because
know.
he's going to need charge, standing, running, light, and heavy. And he's going to need a combo set for both. Right now, he just has 3 melee combos, like light combos.
I'm not sure. Oh, Vendi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you it's gonna be more stuff.
There's going to be a lot of stuff.
It's kind of important.
Keep in mind how much stuff that is, though, because you add more stuff.
I'm not adding more stuff.
But you do. That's all I'm saying.
I have an amount of stuff that's in my head.
I know, you got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of stuff up in that noggin. Okay, so the one that I'm working on right now, where is that on this paper?
What are you working
This
on?
one?
The standing?
I'm just doing the standing first 3.
Yeah. So
That
it
one.
goes up and then down, diagonal, and then this one goes up while that one's down for the
Okay.
second diagonal. And then there's a sweep and then an upward.
So let's start with this one. So first thing we're going to need is him pretty stretched out. And for the standing, we'll do something like... So if he's bringing that one out first, he should be moving this one back to push the weight forward. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so... Alright. What should his little arms be doing while he's doing this, by the way?
Good question. Flexing.
Flexing.
Flexing like a kangaroo.
Alright. Hmm. Okay. Let's try out the claw look. This should be able to... Yeah. Looks weird, but I kind of like it. What do you think? When he goes into fight mode, he's got his claws all popped out.
Yeah. Nice. They're asking if there's going to be a way of friending people and finding them in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, ideally we'll have a join function where if you join somebody's game, uh, you know, you'll obviously have control over like who can join you or whatever. But if you have like friends that you want to be able to join the game and just pop in wherever you are, you guys won't have to worry about like trying to meet up on the map. You can just have them uh, spawn in with you, depending on where you are. Not that won't work in all the areas.
We don't have a back step, right?
Hmm?
We don't have a back step, right?
We do.
Oh, we do?
It's the backwards dodge.
Interesting. All right. Well, never mind then.
Okay, that looks decent enough for now. Like that. Let's straighten this head out. It's gonna give me OCD. Okay. Wish me luck breaking the model. Oh, that's the wrong button. Well, where did you go? Is this you? Okay. Yeah, we gotta work on the wave painting. Look at the chest. Leave a little bit of it for the breathing animations, but
Ooh,
that's gonna be a little...
not like.
no, this is gonna be a little tricky. Let's try this. Oh, I can move this guy, but I can't rotate him. Okay. Is that pointing more inwards? It is. Let's see how that works. Yeah, not quite. Let's try moving this guy. Is this the control for it? Yeah. Okay, we'll try this. We'll flub it a bit. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. Bebelov.
Which one are you doing?
I'm trying to lift his arm up, but it affects quite a bit of the torso.
It's not good.
Yeah, this rig is a little slightly different from the Vendigo rig too, so it's taken me a bit to... I'm gonna be honest, the model might break a bit too when we try and play this out. Okay, where are you? Yes. Oh yeah, that's really coming together. Yeah, if I could control these bones here, it would be a little easier. Okay, how about this? I'm not gonna push that. I'm gonna see if I can... Nope, not quite. Yeah, it's gonna be tricksy. Might have a couple more things we need to do to the rig. I am worried about cleaning up this way painting here at the chest too much, though, because that's quite a bit of the breathing animation. What I need to do is rotate this guy upwards so that I can leave this guy here without changing this, and then just have... It's just a little... It's gonna be a little testy. Let me try doing this. I'm just gonna put this where I want it. And then we will tuck it in on this side. That should look a little better. It's still gonna stretch out a little bit, but that's gonna be closer to what you want anyway. Okay. Also need to fix this a bit. That's okay. There is always work to be done. Okay. Okay, so these are gonna start a little open.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had to figure out
Oh no, the nails are popping out again. I guess they're doing it on... Were they doing... I don't think they were doing it on these before.
Yobu.
I think it's just
Yobu.
pushing the model to its extremes. Yeah, so when the nails are lined up, that'll be a good start. And then it's kind of going to flat back as he comes down. Okay.
All right, check these out. These are the two Dodge ones. There's only two.
Yep, look at that.
Wow. That's not great. Oh, here we go.
Let's see what it's doing.
There's going to be sandbox free play server where you are able to just play as the already grown version of creature and you just want to have fun killing other people? Question mark?
Yeah, there will be like modes for sandbox and yo, boo buddy. You sound so miserable. Come here. There will be game modes for like sandbox, uh, deathmatch, stuff like that. Just probably not in any immediate future. Definitely later on down the line. And I don't think there will be any official sandbox server. I think that's something we'd probably leave to hosted servers.
Probably. There might be those other things. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. We're not really sure. Call it a maybe.
Okay, so all of this needs to stay put. Oh, no, not all of that.
Hey, look at these real quick. What do you think? So these are the added dodge. We have the light, which is like a crisscross, and then we have the heavy, which is like a.
Oh, we're doing out of dodge attacks too. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not today. I mean.
I'm just doing all the attacks right now.
Well, all right. Can I see them? Can I see them when I'm done doing this first one?
No. Do them all immediately, or I will yell at you.
Trying. Look, I got the documents right here. Okay.
Grapple.
Yeah, if you want him to be that animated, we've really got to go in and cut up
Of course I do.
this bit. Well, not just like that animated, but that flexible. We're gonna have to go in and cut this up. And honestly, I'm a little worried about it.
On all four of his arms.
Well, but he's got moose, like deer joints.
That's fine. He can have a moose human shoulder.
Okay. This.
Moose hands. You know he doesn't have moose hands. He's like Velociraptor moose hands.
Man, you're gonna delay Maw-Wing.
Shit.
Yeah, you.
Wasn't ready.
What? Nothing's ready for you, Bastion.
Oh, shit. Do it right. Goddamn.
If I keep this tucked in as much as I can give him some. I just don't know if it's worth investing in cleaning this up. Nope. Yeah, I think there's going to be quite a bit of work to be done. No, not at all. Not at all. Name too long. Ask away. Yeah, this is going to be pretty tough. I think we're going to need some pretty solid tweaks to the model then. I at least need to be able to control these bones a bit more easily, I think. Because even if I bring the controller down, yeah, it's only affecting certain things. Let's see if that adds up.
Aw. Name too long. Says he feels bad seeing himself alone in chat.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not really. I mean, I'm not unhappy at all with how many people have been watching the chat. So if you have questions, feel free because 70.
No,
we have
you're not
70
spamming.
views on that last stream. So people, chances are they are probably asking questions to themselves while they're watching, and they can't ask questions. So the more we have during the streams, the better, even if they're all coming from the same one or two people.
Um, Name Too Long's asking what the slight differences between the creatures are. Like, will Vendigo see better at night, or Maw-Wing will, or who what?
A lot of that is going to be dependent on what you stat for, like what you set your skills for. We're leaving a lot of that kind of under your control. What was that?
A bug.
Was that a bug or a spider?
A bug.
Should I freak out?
Yeah, you should freak out.
Oh god.
It was 10 spiders.
Wow. Okay, let's see how this lift looks. And where is my controller? Crap. That's probably it. Comes in a bit too far. He's got that extra movement here. I think it should probably already be stretching out. Okay, that still looks normal enough.
Name Too Long says, imagine Nat sneezing right now and Maw-Wing losing an arm.
It has happened. Okay. Let's put you guys here. Alright, so about here he needs to come out some more. Swing out a bit. Yeah, see that shoulder? So I fixed the issues and it looks natural, but now he's got this like extra wow 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 wow. He looks like he's armpit farting.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that they were going to attach his arms to him like that. They're not supposed to be at all because he has to fly with them as
It's not
well.
an issue with how they attach them. We just gotta fix the way painting and stuff. But we left a lot of the way painting like this on purpose for the breathing animations.
Yeah.
But we can always take off the breathing animations, put them on shapes or something. Clean that up. Could also maybe... I have some ideas. Hold on.
Right.
So he really tucks right about there. What if we take the hips, give him a little more leeway. Actually, the hips don't even really need to come... Yeah, the hips don't really need it that much. It should just be the front half. Let's try that. Well, Maw-Wing over here. I'm a fuck of my life. Yeah, alright. Sad Maw-Wing.
Joji Maw-Wing. Oh no. Give him the hair.
No.
Give him the Joji hair. Make him sad.
Alright, so you will have to compensate a bit then. That's not so bad. That works out just fine. Okay, let's see how this all works out. Doesn't look bad, actually. Let's do... So this guy's all getting saved. I really gotta hide these wing bones.
Maw-Wing's feeling sad about attacking. Maw-Wing shouldn't be sad about attacking. You're doing it wrong. My last Maw-Wing attack I'm about to sketch out for Nat is I got the idea from you named too long on the other stream. So I think it'd be pretty cool.
Hmm.
It's I'll draw it out and then I'll show you.
I feel bad. I've been working on this for so long now, it's probably not been very fun for people.
Yeah, here, let me draw it out real quick, or try to. It's kind of complicated, but I'll try to draw it
What are
easy.
you drawing?
The final flight R2 attack.
Okay, I'm not gonna need that for months. You know that.
Whatever. I'm drawing it now because I'm ready.
Alright, let's move on to one more thing before we go.
One more thing before I go. There may be a killer. Like the song.
Yeah, this is gonna need a lot of work before it starts coming together. We might need to do a little
It looks
work
like
on the
some
wave
stuff needs
painting.
to be
Look at this
trimmed or something.
bowl.
So, here. It mimics the running attacks.
Go, boom. Can I'm not gonna be able to work on that
I'm not
for.
asking you to work on it, I'm asking you to look at it.
Okay.
So we have the antler attacks for
Mhm.
flying, which will do a little bit of damage, but more damage to stamina and poise.
Mhm.
And then when that's low enough, you can hit them with the R2 running or flying attacks, which are grapples. And this one will grapple them up into the air with the
Okay.
wraps.
Well,
It's all
before
wrapped
we
around.
say all this on stream, we should run it by the programmer because he hasn't seen any of this yet.
I know, but
And
that's
when we say it on stream, that's like we're setting an expectation,
well,
you know.
whatever.
So just wait. We'll be done with the stream in a little bit, and then I'll go through it with you. We have a call with O's in a bit, anyway. So. Okay. Let us. You know what? Let's try and do a run. That'll be our. We'll get the run started or the sprint started, and that'll be our final bit for the night. Okay, and this is definitely gonna be a big galumphy. Will you throw his toy?
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be
He's got us trained.
it's supposed to be a flying grapple, but we'll see if we can actually pull it off. Name too long. Maw-Wing's supposed to be able to grapple with his big neck mouth. That's what I'm trying to get done.
Okay. How do we want Maw-Wing to run?
Sort of like a somewhere between a kangaroo and a gorilla.
I'm sorry, what? A kangaroo and a gorilla?
Like big, like boingy gallops.
Okay.
He's going to be very fast when he sprints for the first half of his sprint, and then he'll slow down
He's
after
got a
that.
really long gait, so honestly, he's gonna be fast no matter how quick we make the animation.
Yeah.
It's gonna look crazy. Okay, so let's try. So a gorilla. Let's find a gorilla. I'll eyeball it first, and then we'll set something up with more reference later. I don't want to keep everybody for another 3 hour long stream, and I think we're about doing that already. So let's say.
Asking if there's going to be trample damage for larger creatures.
I don't know yet.
We talked
That's a
about
good
that
question.
a long time ago, but I don't know.
I definitely need a control on this bone. I can move it, but I can't really rotate it. Alright, let's grab you. Where is. Mm. honestly a bit of wave painting that we'll have to do anyway, so I'm just not going to stress about it too much for now. Okay, so this should be up, this should be down. And a lot of shoulder weight, I guess. Actually, I think this guy would probably be more up here. I figure out what kind of gait I want to do. Okay, so let's do this. I'm looking at all the wing bones too. I really should hide those. I'm being very lazy about them. Okay. Okay, about halfway. So these guys, this guy should be coming forward. Let's do back feet first. I'm getting carried away. Geb Gebs.
No. Stay. Leave it.
Okay, the one back foot is doing kind of what it's supposed to. I don't know. I don't know what kind of gait we should have for him. Because gorilla.
So, like, can his back legs, you think, like, go in front of his front legs while he's running? Like, they'll go, or then his back legs will go forward.
Yeah, say that again.
So, like, his back legs, like, his front legs will slam down, and then he'll put his back legs through, and then, like, kind of like this motion.
Oh, kind of all at the same time? I
Like,
could do that. That
like,
would be easier than what I'm trying to do.
yeah, I don't know exactly. No, yeah, do like this. Look, like, boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Okay. Alright, let's try this then. Actually, I can just. Alright. I gotcha. Nope, not that one. There we go. Okay, so let's do this instead. Come on, dude. Oh, man. Alright.
Oh.
Mosquito?
Right on your face.
Oh, boy.
um, Name Too Long asks, is the doggy named after the noise he makes when he wants attention?
Doggy is named after a Sekiro boss.
And he's saying also heavy run style would be amazing on Maw-Wing.
Sweet.
For Maw-Wing.
Okay. Someone concurs. Let's do it. Not gonna worry too much. I do see the model breaking here a bit, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much for now since we're gonna clean things up with the weight painting most likely. So I'm just gonna get the motion down for now. Okay, so this guy should be, yeah. Quit! Don't you eat that bee. That's probably a nice bee. That's a baby bee. You don't eat bees. Get your toy. A little co-parenting here. Our son's over here eating bees.
It's alright, he can eat the bees if he wants to. He's an adult man.
Real hands-on. He's not even 2 years old.
Yeah, he is. He's like 3.
Real hands-off kind of parent.
When he eats the bee, he'll learn why he shouldn't eat the bee.
Alright, so we'll start with that. On the front half, actually. Let's not bother with anything else just yet. Okay. I know I'm keeping people for a long time today. I think I'm gonna wrap it up once I get this these back feet set up and just tilt the character how I want it to be.
To eating.
What are you eating? He's got his toy. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and grab this. And I'm gonna guess these guys would be somewhere around here. Coming back when he's about there. Gilbo. He's barking through his toy.
Name Too Long is asking if anything will be poisonous like the poison dart frogs, that like an activated thing when they're hit,
Oh, like if you bite into something, it might be
or when they attack back.
poisonous to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be neat. We've played with some ideas like that, like creatures that are toxic, and maybe uh, you can like develop an immunity to their toxins and have access to a new food source, or you can use those toxins to your advantage somehow, or something like that. We're playing with a couple ideas like that. Um, there are a few AI that have things that activate, like outside of just stuff like that, things that activate when they are attacked, when they are interacted with in certain ways. Uh, Even just like you doing something in front of them may trigger them to do something in response. So, do that little dance you did for me a second ago, showing me how he runs.
Arms down, feet forward, feet down, arms up.
Okay, so let's do a one or the other first here. Let's do this. So these will be out, butt will be up,
Barks at AI.
these will be forward. Mm-hmm. Vendigo barks at AI. Let's see the mouth. Ah, yeah, I can show off the mouth here. Although I don't
Planking?
have the mouth in,
A planking AI? That'd be interesting. Something played dead or whatever when you run at it.
How's the streaming going?
very well.
Showing off the mouth.
It's my roommate, y'all. Say hi.
Hey, hey.
I really should save that pose before I... Let me do this real quick and I will...
Drop it.
It should be about everything. I can't remember what else I tweaked, but that's okay. Okay, I think that was it. I did a little extra curly Q or something over here. Okay, let me save this.
Name Too Long says Maw-Wing is getting better and better in his eyes with the mouth open.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. Also here, let me show you. And then he's got one more little tidbit. Yeah, there we go. No texture on it right now, obviously, but that's the shape.
Needs more teeth.
It not need more teeth.
Needs more
It has so many
teeth.
teeth.
Give it more tea. Got more coming in. Yeah, they're saying they love how neatly tucked away all the parts are, and then it just slowly opens,
Yeah.
and then it's like, bam, monster,
It's like peeling a banana.
a death banana.
Oh, Akeem says he's imagining Anthomnia's reaction. Honestly, there's a few people that I really want to just scare the crap out of.
Yeah,
I want so bad to just.
can't wait till we get there.
Don't really know what our odds are getting noticed by anybody really huge at this point. I think we need a lot more done, and I think we'd be very lucky considering, how much is going on in this sort of genre of games right now. Or subgenre, I guess. Okay, so let me. Oh, I was doing something and I forgot. Okay. So about there. And then about here, he will be the complete opposite. So you're going to be all.
Akeem says he'll try to put our name out there.
Aw, thank you. That was very kind.
Well, then the IRS will find me, so that might be a problem.
What makes you think the IRS finding us would be a problem?
Well,
You don't do our taxes.
you know how we got this house and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we don't really. Something of a misnomer.
Okay, so he's gonna be tucked in. These guys are gonna be. Whoops.
Yes, just so we get to see Anthomnia scream. I put some other stuff in there to make him scream too, don't you worry.
And these guys should be coming in.
Game asks, can you shine some light on how powers are going to be mainly solid? Not sure exactly what that means, but here, take a look.
How the powers are gonna be mainly solid. I'm not sure I understand. Um, I'll try to answer how I think you mean it, and if not, then just ask again, I guess, if I don't get it. Um, the different powers as far as like your active skills from your uh like your elemental skill tree, like the solid, liquid, gas, plasma. Um, each of them will work differently. We have different sort of ideas for each one. Um, oh, can you shine some light on how the powers are going to be? Mainly solid. So they're
Oh,
most interested in solid.
oh,
Okay,
okay,
I
okay.
gotcha. Sorry. Um, yeah, so the solid skill tree is going to be like telekinetic abilities. So you'll be able to move objects like with your mind and throw them at people at
And,
very great speeds.
and also people at people.
And maybe also people at people, we're not sure yet. Yeah.
Yeah. As well as some other interesting things. Uh, I don't know what we're talking about yet with that though.
Yeah, the skills are none of the skill stuff is set in stone yet, especially with the elemental stuff.
wants to know how to affect battle specifically.
Um,
Pretty majorly.
yeah, pretty majorly. The biggest creatures battling on the server are mostly going to be using their elemental skills.
Yeah, probably. Like the difference between fighting someone, the difference between fighting someone who has their powers and not will be pretty enormous.
Yeah, it will be two completely different like combat scenarios basically.
Yeah, like for the beginning half of the game when you don't have your powers, but if you fight someone who does, it'll feel like you're fighting a boss you're not level enough to deal with. Maw-Wing is an earthbender.
Okay.
Alright, get some more questions. Asking about gas, if it will have explosions, and may they see the main?
Combustion, yes. Gas is mostly going to be I hope gas has an explosion type, and if yes, I see my main.
Yeah.
Yes, gas is going to be mostly like combustion, maybe some poison-based skills.
Of course, plasma will also cause huge explosions.
Okay, so these guys should just be lifting up, and these guys should be coming down. So you want something like this. But, you know, better.
Imagine you evolve for millions of years just to turn into a Maw-Wing that has the ability to fart so bad that people die around it. Ooh, there you go. That's kind of what I was talking about. You can make the back legs come forward slightly more. Front legs are looking pretty cool though.
make the make the back ones come forward more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe even leave the front ones down for a little longer and have them overlap slightly.
Well, here's what I was just about to do. I'll show you. Just messing with the timing a bit. So if I pull these guys out to here, it's a bit less of that jump. Something like this. I think it'll end up being a little less dramatic on the back half.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't.
It's not going to feel right until it's done. I'm just wondering if this is the gait that you want. Him doing this.
Yeah, like the movement seems right. It's just like he needs to
It's
go.
the timing and the body isn't moving right, and yeah, all the things that still need to be done.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's the right shape.
Okay, so right
Thanks, chat.
here, I think I will bring this up a bit more. There we go, that will look better. I need to fix this toe.
Oh, here we go. More stuff.
I'm sorry I'm keeping y'all so long today. Again.
Oh, here you go. I don't know this one, so you'll have to pipe in.
Okay.
Talking about the guy in My Hero Academia who has explodey hands.
Explodey hands.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
They explain it by it has chemical or something.
My Hero Academia with the guy with the explosive hands in the anime, they explain how it works. It should be the same chemical or premise, if you know what I'm talking about. I'll go through every single second of this stream if it takes, even if it takes 10 hours.
What the hell? Yeah, I guess I don't know. I've not seen it, but there's a thing in real life with bombs where two chemicals mix together and then it explodes.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of bombs work nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what it was.
Yeah, I haven't seen My Hero Academia, but I will, I'll look into it.
I can't wait to see this guy's skins either, Thorntail.
Alright, so that's gonna get cleaned up. I will take care of that later. For now, I just want to get the... I think he needs a little bit more here. Don't think he should be off the ground for quite as long. I don't think Maw-Wing should be able to catch that kind of air time, you know? Just like floating in the air for a second mid-gate.
He's gonna be real jumpy. Be all over the place.
Okay, I think I'm gonna keep you guys so that that's about as far back as you go. Yeah, I don't know. It's not too bad, honestly. About here, you guys definitely need to come up a little extra. Yeah, that'll be a good starting point. Alrighty. At least I have a template on what we need.
Name Huong says he really likes the white and red on the Maw-Wing. It makes it look like a delicate creature, but it's really not.
Yeah, that's my favorite skin too.
The white and red is for our Blood Frost area, which is quite metal.
Mm-hmm.
Akeem says,
Okay.
just look up My Hero Academia. Narrator explains how the guy's power works. Talking about, can't remember his name. Okay. Sounds like it works like real life bombs, which is usually mixing two chemicals together to
Mm.
cause an explosion. There's also a Zoonoid in Guyver that shoots two different chemicals out of its head that when they combine it bursts into flames. Same sort of deal.
Hmm.
I think there's one that explodes as well.
That's gonna take a second. What you want to do for dinner, baby?
I don't know. Poison? What?
I don't know.
Poison works.
You want poison for dinner?
I do. Drop.
There we go. And we'll save this as V23.
Yay. Alright, go.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here for the day. A little bit more movement work set up. Anybody have any final questions before we go?
There's some discord.
He sweats nitroglycerin.
That'll do it.
I'll do it.
If you sweat nitroglycerin, all you gotta do is go outside on a hot day and then punch the wall, the air, I guess, and it'll just blow up. Well, Thorndale knows.
When will be the next stream? So I work for the next 3 days straight, and with the 12-hour shifts, it's very likely I won't be streaming when I get home. But I do get home pretty early, so I'll still be working on stuff. I would say the next stream, let's call it... It'll most likely be Monday or Tuesday. Let me make sure. I'm still a little confused by my schedule because it changes constantly. It's on like a rotating... Yeah, it looks like Monday, Tuesday, and then I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off the following weekend, the 30th, 31st, 1st. And Rude Mama will be here, so maybe she can join in on a stream. She'll be at my house, so maybe she can join in on a stream as well. We'll have 3 devs in one stream. But yeah, I would say Monday, Tuesday will be mine. It's likely that either Moon or Rook, maybe even Oz, will do some before then. Everybody on the team is welcome to stream, but I try not to like pressure anybody into feeling like they have to like, you know,
I'm trying to ask you if
be in front of people.
The big booty thing will have any powers.
The big booty thing? It depends.
Probably not.
It depends. Thank you guys for joining in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the questions. Name Too Long and Akeem and Thorntail as usual. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much.